Hi, I'm Fee. I use any pronouns, and I'm from Berkeley, California.
Okay, my name is Nora. I use she, her pronouns. I'm from Seattle, Washington.
My name's Lily. She, her. I am from San Francisco or Palo Alto, California, but near San Francisco.
Hi, I'm Marianne Montgomery. I use she, they pronouns, and I'm from Arlington, Virginia.
All right, first question is, how do you perform your sexuality here at Oberlin versus at home?
For the most part, I feel like I perform my sexuality in the same way. Berkeley and Oberlin are very similar politically, I would say. Obviously, Oberlin has younger people because it's a college, but yeah, I don't really feel like I have to make that many adjustments when I'm home, and I feel pretty free to present the way that I want to here.
I think I'm a lot more open here with my sexuality. At home, I went to an all-girls Catholic school, and there wasn't a lot of space for queer identifying people, and so that was something that I don't think anyone at my school really knew, just because it never came up in conversation and it never seemed relevant, so I didn't ever really tell anyone.
For me, it's not that different. Maybe I think I've actually had more opportunities to explore it because I went to a Catholic high school. But I how I identify hasn't changed, but how I'm able to act on it and actually live my life has changed a lot.
I definitely don't talk as openly about queerness or just gay people in general at home, but that's not so much because the environment is not as accepting. It's just what I'm comfortable sharing, I think, with my family.
Have you found Oberlin to be what it's been marketed as in terms of a healthy and safe space for queer folk?
I think for the most part, yes. Although I do think that there's somewhat of a difference between queer culture for feminine presenting people and for masculine presenting people. There are a lot of queer women here, and I don't feel like that's so true for queer men. But I've felt very safe for the most part. Yeah.
Yes, but I also didn't really know that was true coming into it. It's not part of the reason why I picked Oberlin. And when I toured, it was during COVID, so I didn't really meet any students. I wasn't allowed to go into any buildings or anything like that. So I didn't really get to see what the student body was like at all. So I didn't really know that coming into it. But knowing now that that's how they market themselves, I feel like that's for the most part true. People are generally open to learning about people's pronouns and sexualities, and just at lunch today we had a really open conversation about different sexualities and stuff, which was interesting.
I think so. I haven't experienced anything to the contrary. Yeah, I think my personal experience has been super positive. And I think in the few times where people have expressed, where I've heard people express discontent, there's a lot of work being done to make change, and I think that's really good. I think the best part is that people at Oberlin are invested in making it better.
I don't know. I think it definitely is what it's marketed as, and I mean, when I toured, I definitely saw a lot more openly queer presenting people than I did at my very conservative Catholic school. But I don't know, it hasn't been that big a change, I think.
And last question, if you have any anecdotes, stories, and they can be positive or negative, about your experiences as being queer. So
Here or at home?
any.
Okay.
So it's very broad.
I don't know. I feel like I've been pretty obviously queer for most of my life. So I've gotten various levels of shock when I've gone out with men. And I think that's pretty funny. And yeah, here I feel bug. I don't know. I don't feel like there have been that many. I just am gay here and live life. I don't know.
I never really came out to anyone. I just started using my preferred pronouns and stuff like that, and one of my this is actually so silly. I was on a cruise with my cousins, and they were like, oh, there's like an LGBTQ like mixer on board or whatever, and they were like, you should go to that. And so like it was just kind of like we had never talked about that before, and they just kind of like, I don't know, integrated that into their knowledge base.